Let's make history. This one is by request. If you haven't seen the history of Jamaica Queens Part 1, please do so. I mentioned on Part 1, one of the things that fascinated me the most about Jamaica Queens history is Jamaica Avenue. It actually goes past the Ohio River up into the Great Lakes. As early as 1622, there was an old church built in Jamaica Queens. One of the first in the country. It was Presbyterian. That church still stands. It's on 164th Street, right in the vicinity where Jamaica Avenue and Guy Brewer meet. And Jamaica also got a post office before the entire Brooklyn. In the late 1700s, around 1814, Jamaica was incorporated as a village. Remember, Jamaica was a town. That was essentially the southeast quadrant of Queens. If you can visualize Queens, it is somewhat the shape of a rectangle. And the entire southeast quadrant would be Jamaica Queens. But then you have Jamaica itself, which was the village, which was incorporated. And as I stated, the rest of it outside of what was the village of Jamaica are those small communities, or you could say subsections. And its boundaries were, it was Jamaica Avenue on the north. Later it became Hillside. It was extended to Hillside Avenue. What would become the Van Wyck Expressway on the western side. Linden Boulevard on the south, and Farmers Boulevard. Originally, Jamaica Queens was the capital of Queens when it was just Queens County, before it became part of New York City in 1898. On a side note, that was the same year that the United States acquired Puerto Rico from out of the aftermath of the Spanish-American War, known as the Treaty of Paris. They also got the Philippines, Guam, and Cuba temporarily out of the deal. Speaking of Puerto Rico, it was the Taino Arawak Native Americans, who were also native to other islands throughout the Caribbean, by the way. A lot of people don't know that, but it was them who named the island that will become Jamaica, and it was pronounced more like Yamay or Jamaica. Translates to Island of Many Springs. This is well documented. Columbus himself even wrote about this. And as I previously stated, it was different than how the Jamaica in Queens got its name. Today, Jamaica Queens is 25% white, and the other 75% are various groups. Black Americans, Dominicans, Colombians. The highest population are the Guyanese. And the fastest growing next population are people from Bangladesh.